A grieving family hoping to start healing now that the man who murdered their daughter has been sentenced to 40 years in prison.
After years of claiming self-defense, Lee Rodarte pleaded guilty in February to killing his one-time girlfriend outside the Bonefish Grill in Mandarin, where they both worked in 2017.
On your side's Kaylee Tracy was in the courtroom today as 21-year-old Savannah's parents and brother told the judge the impact of their heartbreaking loss. She's joining us live now outside the Duval County Courthouse with what they had to say. Kaylee.
Well, Anthony, Savannah Gold's family has walked out of the Duval County Courthouse countless times over the past 4 years that have been filled with court dates. But today, when they walked out, they knew that their daughter's killer would be put in prison for the next 4 decades. It was an extremely emotional day in court as Savannah's family struggled to put into words what she meant to them. Savannah's father saying she had the heart of a lion, and her brother saying he lost a part of himself when she was killed. And her mother telling the judge Savannah loved fiercely and loved an underdog, saying that's what ultimately took her life. Her mother also noting the sad significance of the number 21. It was Savannah's lacrosse jersey number, the Roman numeral tattoo on her wrist, the age she died, and now the year Rodarte was sentenced. They say today, though, is an opportunity for them to begin the next chapter of their lives.
To our family, our extended family and community, our hearts have begun to heal because of your love and support. We love Savannah, and we never realized how many of you did also.
The family also addressed Rodarte by name several times. He was also seen crying in the courtroom. They also called him Savannah's murderer. The judge also saying to Savannah's family before they left the courthouse here today that he will remember what they said in court today for as long as he serves on the bench. For now, reporting live in downtown Jacksonville, Kaylee Tracy, First Coast News on your side.
Thank you, Kaylee. And new tonight at 6.